Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you have shared your details if you have joined directly. And front office was trying to reach to you to get your details. If that is done, yes, we are good to go. Okay. So today I'll just take you through the introduction to Power BI. Okay. And this Power BI session, once again, will start with SQL fundamentals because there is a reason. In SQL also, we discuss about data normalization, how the data is split into multiple tables, what is a dimension table, what is a fact table. There are certain things that we need to understand from SQL. So that's the reason the first couple of days, we'll be talking about SQL concepts only that are useful to build your data models in Power BI. And then after that, we'll go to the actual contents of Power BI. But for today, it's only about Power BI introduction. Why Power BI? Right? And what all things we can do and what is that you're going to learn in this course, right? All these things I'll just take you through. So before I start off, if you could introduce yourself, I see a few of the participants are coming from Analytics Power Pack. So I see your names here, online and offline here. So yeah, maybe if you could quickly introduce yourself, your name, if you're working somewhere, and why do you want to learn Power BI, and what is that you know about Power BI? Go on, please. Online participants, you want to go first?
Yeah, hi Kishore. This is Deepthi, and I am into reporting into Tableau. So I wanted to, upgrade myself to the visualization to the next part. So I thought Power BI would be a good option for me to learn more.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
thank you.
already working with Tableau.
Yes, yes.
So most of the concepts you find them very, very similar.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine. Others?
Yeah.
Offline? So the person that I'm currently working with the coding as a financial analyst to improve my build my career and BBA side I already learned. You're already into financial planning. Yes. Perfect. Okay.
I've been niche and I've done my Excel and SQL. Now I'm going forward with Power BI, and I think Power BI has a lot of more data visualization and all those which can be learned.
Yeah.
So which will be helpful in gradually in the career. So going forward with it.
Perfect. So it's more about visualizing the data. Okay. Great. Online participants? Anyone here online?
Yeah, hi. This is Pandana. I've been working with the integration side for a while now, and so looking for a switch, career switch. I mean, so I thought Power BI would be a better option on the data side. I wanted to switch to the analytics roles, so I thought taking up Power BI should be a better option because I think these days everybody's going on the cost cutting mode, and so Microsoft is one suit that nobody can come out of. At least for Excel, everybody has to use Microsoft. And so Power BI also comes along with the Microsoft suite. So everybody is forced to use Power BI anyway. So I thought that will be uh, long term, it'll be a better option.
Yeah, got it. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me introduce myself. I'm Kishore, and it's been 17 years that I've started my career worked with different companies and currently working with Excelytics. So I'm Yeah, I basically deliver trainings on different things. And earlier I used to work with a lot of different tools, but mostly this time I'm focusing more on Power Automate, Power Apps and all. So yeah, so I'm MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer. I'm MCP, Microsoft Certified Professional. Got like other couple of certifications in Microsoft. I'm PL300 Power BI Data Analyst Associate, Data Analyst Certified. Okay. This is PL300 certification badge. And once you are done with this course, you also can go for the certification, which is like an online examination. You can take it from a test center like us, or you can also write it from online. I'll guide you if you are looking for PL300 certification as well. Okay, so PL300, I'll discuss more details about this certification, how to go for it and all during the sessions. But yes, once you are done with this course, you are ready to attempt a PL300 certification as well. There are a very few PL300 certified candidates in the market at this point. Certification is a bit tricky and complex, but I'll be covering all those concepts that are needed to clear the certification. There is a separate material for this. Okay, so if anyone is interested, you can also you just let the front office know so that they will share the plan with you, like how you can go for it. And yeah, I work with different tools, like right from Excel macros, VBA macros, SQL, Power BI. Earlier I worked with Tableau and ClickSense, ClickView, Power Automate, Macro Express, and so many things, and worked with different domains. Maybe after looking at these many things, don't think I'm from technology background. I'm from non-technical background. I'm from BCom MBA Finance. But yeah, most of my career I worked with the technology teams only. So that's briefly about me. And coming to this course, this batch is B00709. Okay, so if you want any additional information or anything that you are looking for, video access or material, right, or anything that you need to know about this particular batch, please tell this number to the front office so that they can easily track your details and all, and they can respond with the correct answers. So B00709 Power BI session, and the plan is to run the sessions from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So somewhere between somewhere around 8:05 you can join, because there would be some little administration work before you all join in there. So 8 o'clock around you can join. Okay, so this material package, whatever I'm showing on the screen, it will be shared with you. Okay, so via Google Drive, and from there you can download. And as soon as the session is over, maybe in the next couple of hours, the video will also be uploaded, and you will be given a private access to it. And that comes with certain validity. I think the 6 months validity, what currently the front office is maintaining. And you may be looking for a lifetime validity also. Usually, right? Most of the times I get this question, like, why don't we get the lifetime access to the videos? This is not a subject, something like, you want to spend your whole time or your whole lifetime to learn the same subject. I mean, I don't really think you need to, have a lifetime access to something that you want to always watch it and do it. No, right? So if you can't master this subject in the next 3 months, that means you are not focusing. So even if you spend 30 years in the same way, you can't master that. So first 3 months, very, very crucial, because 1 month is the duration for this course. And then after the 2 months, if you can continuously practice this, 3 months is enough to master this subject. There may be upcoming new things, and there may be so many other things also in the same tool, but you don't need to learn each and everything. Someone like coming from, HR background, there are certain formulas, you need to master them. A finance background, you need to master them. So we'll try to cover all those things, right, as much as possible. But you need to choose those functions that are relevant for your profile, and you need to practice more on them, right? So 6 months, what I believe is that it's more than enough, right? Trust me, if you are not achieving this in the 6 months, you can't achieve that in your lifetime. I'm the best example for that. I'll tell you why. I bought one course online. There was some offer going on that was related to some certification related thing and visualization related thing. I thought of doing that certification and that on that visualizations and all. I bought that course in 2019, 2019, before COVID. And it was important subject also for me. But you know what I completed so far is just only 15% of that entire video. You know why? Because lifetime access they gave. And I always, whenever I open, I get something, something or the other. I feel like, okay, I got the lifetime access, right? Okay, let me just check the other thing and then come back to this. And that has been happening from the last 6 years and could complete only 15%. What if lifetime is not there and if this gets expired, okay, then definitely I'll take out some time definitely to practice. That's the reason I somehow missed that subject. And the certifications also, the way I write, I just prepare myself first of all. I book the exam first. Then, right, I'll have to definitely take out some time to practice. Otherwise, I lose that 7,000-8,000 whatever I spend, right? So understand, unless there is a certain
Urgency.
target, right? You can't achieve that, right? So be it certification or whatever the course that you're learning, stick to the plan. 1 month course, 2 months practice, 3 months, you should be ready with that, right? And that's extra, total 6 months duration you're getting, so that, you'll be able to, just in case if you are stuck somewhere, and you can obviously go back to the videos and refer to your material and practice. But you can't practice the same thing again and again, right? So my recommendation, if you are already working somewhere and if Power BI is allowed in your organization or at least in your personal computer, try to take different things and different data sets and try to experiment with them. Don't practice the same exercise or same formula. It doesn't give you much, right? Fine then. So batch number now, B00709. And you are going to get this material, whatever I'm showing on my screen, and the videos will be uploaded. You can get the private access. And anything related to registration or certification or anything, you can talk to the front office. Clear? And every day morning, weekdays, we are going to run this between 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Okay? So certain things are there. I'll be giving you the exercises, and you need to share those screenshots before attending the next day. Okay, next day session. Very, very important, because if you are not practicing those exercises, understanding those so many concepts in 1 month time is not that enough. Okay, so you'll have to practice, maybe around 30-45 minutes every day. Okay, done. In this course, as I mentioned, we'll be starting with SQL fundamentals only first. We'll try to understand SQL and all. I'll anyways cover that one from tomorrow onwards. But today, let me just take you through the Power BI contents. If you ask me, what is the summary of this course? Right from the data fundamentals, how to get it from a source, be it SQL Server or MySQL or Excel or CSV or folder or a PDF. We can get the data from the different sources and prepare very powerful dashboards and make them available for our clients or customers. That is what we are going to do in this entire training program. So preparation of the dashboards and publishing them and making them available for others. Before this thing, you need to do a lot many things. Okay, something like you need to get the data from the different sources. Multiple sources will be there. You need to compile all the data into a single data source. You need to build the models. You need to clean the data. You need to transform the data into the required shape. So many things are there, right? Building a Power BI report may be a 2 minutes job. But the background work that takes at least 1 week. Yeah. Sometimes in the organizations, you need to get some data from one of the sources, and you may not have access to it. To get that access, it will take 1 to 2 days after business approvals and all. And then you need to analyze the entire database, understand what all tables are there, and go through the database documentation to see what all tables are connected, what is the, what are the different keys are there, constraints are there, what kind of data is needed for this business requirement. To analyze that, maybe a 3-4 days, right? Designing Power BI dashboard, like those visuals and all, that is the most easiest part if you ask me. But before that, you need to create something called DAX measures. I'll take you through the entire content. I'll explain, but I'm just giving you an overview. Like in Excel also, we write the Excel formulas to show different numbers, summaries and all. So in Power BI, we have something called DAX. Okay, data analysis expressions. So that will also take some time. Once you are ready with the entire model, and finally, if you want to design a dashboard, it's like easy. Okay, so this is how it happens. Maybe if you are spending a lot of time on YouTube watching different data analytics related videos and all, you also get one ad hey, don't create your next dashboard without watching this. Like, you can create Power BI dashboard just in 5 minutes, beautiful dashboards and all. Understand one thing. Creating a Power BI dashboard in 5 minutes is possible. But if your data is clean, data is ready as per the business requirement, all the calculations are ready, entire data model is ready, and everything is set, then designing a dashboard, if you have like already some idea what kind of metrics your business wants to see, then yes, you can design the dashboard in 5 minutes. But the challenge is in the real time, you don't get similar data sets every time. Every requirement is unique. To understand the requirement itself, it would take about 2 to 3 days. You need to sit with the business users. What is that they want to see, right? So usually, you can learn this in 2 minutes, 5 minutes. That's maybe looking really exciting, and anyone can become a Power BI, developer. And I also say this, like, so show me someone who actually, created that 5 minutes dashboard. Maybe using some sample data, you can also create a 5 minutes dashboard. That is possible. But show me someone who actually created a 5 minutes dashboard and got a job. Is it possible? No. No, not impossible. That's just kind of next to impossible. You can't get a job just because of that 5 minutes knowledge, right? So designing something is very easy, but before that, there are certain things that you need to spend a lot of time. So how to speed up those kind of things like the data cleanup, data transformations, building the models, right? The different things are there, creating the DAX measures, calculated columns, DAX tables. There are certain things, okay? We spend some good amount of time there, okay, to build powerful data models. And then we go to the visuals. Designing the visuals is the most easiest, okay? Fine. So how we start this session, like we try to understand what is BI, why business intelligence is needed, and a little bit of theoretical thing is there. But most of the times we spend only on, most of the time is spent on practicals only. History and how to install Power BI desktop. It's like easy step only, but I'll show you. I think probably a few of you already have this. And then how to create a sample report. We'll see that tomorrow. And then how to get the data from the different sources. In this example or in this, session, get the data and transform the data. There are so many things that we discuss, like how to get the data from a simple Excel file or a CSV file or a folder or a web page or a PDF or multi-sources like Access file, Access or SQL Server, MySQL Server. So we get the data from the different places, right? And the data comes in different shapes. That is also important to understand, okay? So how to get the data into the right shape, okay? So we spend some good amount of time there fixing all the data related issues and merging the data, appending the data, filters, and so many data transformation steps are there. Once the data is transformed into the right shape, okay, then we load that into data model, okay? Yeah, I just need to tell you this. We use a language here, mQuery language, okay? But now you are worried about one more thing, like we already learned SQL language, structured query language. We spent some time on that. And a few of you may be thinking we already spent some time on Excel formulas language. Excel formulas, the syntax, and a few of you are maybe coming from macros language background. And what is this mQuery language? Do I need to learn one more language to work with Power BI? No, no need. So mQuery language is such a thing like you just perform a step, it records a code for you. It's something like a macro recorder. Whatever the steps that you apply as part of your data transformations, you don't need to worry about them. It creates a code for us. Okay. So it's like very easy to understand, but we also understand the fundamentals of mQuery and we try to write it also. But writing is not mandatory. Okay. And then we'll move on to, once the data is ready, we'll move on to the data modeling. And there we talk about what is a primary key, what is a foreign key, how to create the relationships between the tables, right? How to create ad hoc tables, how to create the date table, and the best modeling techniques, the best practices of data modeling, right? These kind of things we do here in the data modeling. I told you, right? Once everything is ready, putting it onto the visuals is the most easiest thing. It's just simple drag and drop. There are different types of visuals. For a fact, there are custom visuals also, wherein you can download animated charts, word clouds, Sankey charts, sunburst chart. So many things are there. Whisker box plots. So many different types of charts are there. And these are not the traditional charts that you see in Excel. Okay, every chart is interactive chart and you can filter directly on the charts. Very, very interesting thing, right? I'll quickly create one report today and I'll show you also like how easily you can design that and how you can interact with these charts. There are different types of charts, and as I told you, there are custom charts also visible, custom charts also available. Okay, so you can download and you can use them. Excel is not that flexible in terms of visualization. There are certain charts, and of course, you can also customize a little bit of charts, but you cannot get different types of charts. Something like an animated chart is not possible, okay, in Excel. But with the help of VBA, we can create animated charts also. In one of those videos I created already, using VBA, I created the COVID cases movement across the globe day by day, right? How they incremented, okay. And different types of charts we discuss, and there we have something called slicing and dicing. Probably you would have heard this, slicers. I think all of you are coming from Excel background, right? So you use slicers there in Excel to filter the data on the pivot tables or tables. Similar concept is there in Power BI also. We can apply the slicers. Same like you can edit the interactions between the slicers and the other visuals, right? Parameters you can set, managing the interactions between the objects, drill down or drill up, these kind of different things we can discuss. Right. So with that, you will have some idea about how to prepare the visuals. But here's the catch. Creating the visuals with the available data is okay, but when your business wants to see a very powerful insight, something like what is my average packing days, or what is my average profit per transaction, right? Where we got the maximum, okay, or where we got the minimum, or in a particular region, how the profits are. So when your business asks particular, specific questions like this, the default data model cannot or may not be able to support that, to answer that question. So what is it we need to do? We need to write the formulas. In Excel also, if you are looking for a particular number, what is it you do? You write a formula. Let's say you want to get, let's say there is a region, let's say South region is there. You want to get only the South region total sales. In Excel, what is that we use? We use a SUMIF formula. SUMIF, so-and-so total sales column, comma, your criteria is so-and-so. I mean, that's how you can write it. Yeah. So that returns only the South sales. So similarly, when your business is looking for a specific answer from the data, the default data model may not be able to give you whatever you're looking for. Then what is that you need to do? You need to write the formulas. In Excel, we write the Excel formulas. In Power BI, we write the DAX formulas. What is DAX? The data analysis expressions. I told you, right? Creating the visuals is okay, but the visuals may not be able to answer all your questions, right? If it is a very tricky question from the business, you will have to definitely write a formula there to get that output. So that's where we use what? DAX, data analysis expressions. So in here, we have again different groups of DAX functions: logical functions, aggregate function, date time functions, mathematical functions, statistical functions, financial functions, similar to your Excel functions only, right? We spend some good amount of time discussing a good 50, 60 different types of DAX formulas that are most commonly used, right? And very powerful formulas. And along with that, there is a function called calculate. Very, very, very powerful. Okay. So there are certain things we usually see in Excel reports also, something like a VLOOKUP, most commonly used, something like sum, most commonly used, right? In any Excel report, we usually see these things. You open an Excel report, definitely you can expect these formulas. Similarly, if you open a Power BI report, you can expect the calculate function. That much important it is. Like, I'll be really surprised if a Power BI report is created without the calculate function, because without the calculate function, you cannot get whatever you are looking for. Simple metrics like sum, minimum, maximum, and all these things can anyone get. But when when the business requires a very specific thing, that cannot be answered using, without this, right? Just a second. Yeah. So what we will do is, we will learn calculate function. Okay. And finally, once all those required numbers are there, visuals are ready with all these numbers, then what we do is that we publish the reports, right? In Excel, usually once you are done with the report, let me ask you this question. I think a few of you are already working in Excel environment. Let's say you created a very powerful report, right? It is able to give answers to all the business questions, okay? Your report is ready with you. Now you need to share it with your manager or your clients. What is it you do? Right, either you share that in Excel format, or you just take all those numbers and the visuals into a PowerPoint presentation, take a screenshot or copy paste those charts and you prepare a presentation. How this will reach your manager or client? You created Excel report, you created PowerPoint presentation also you created, then it should reach your manager then.
Email or
Hmm.
post through text. Or
Hmm.
through post.
So either we share it via email or maybe Teams or anything, like you can, attach it there and you share it, right? But usually, in the traditional reporting, this is what happens. Like once the report is ready, you will have to share it via email, or you can keep it on a common drive where your manager and you have access, or use Teams or something, and there you can upload the file, right? A SharePoint or something. But here we go. Once you are done with the report here in Power BI, then you no need to worry about sharing the report via email or something. There is a process called publishing, right? You can publish this report directly online, and your manager or client can log into that report from any place. Using the mobile, they can see that. Using system, they can see that. Okay, a laptop or a desktop, right? So we create all those different things, like we create a report, we publish it, and for the real-time analytics purpose, and we also set up something called automatic refreshing. Nothing but today, if you are showing a report, you will be using data until midnight yesterday, right? And tomorrow it should be automatically updated. You don't want to open the report and refresh. In Excel kind of a report, what happens, you need to manually manage all that stuff, right? But here the advantage is there is something called gateways, data gateways. They can read the data from your local data sources. They can get the data, updated data, and they will be automatically refreshed also. Scheduling is possible. You can schedule a job every day, 9 o'clock, your report should be ready. You don't need to log in to create the report. No, you just schedule a job. Okay, every day, 9 o'clock, there should be a refresh, automatic refresh. It will go ahead and it will refresh the numbers and it will show the numbers to the end users. So on the automatic basis also, you can do it. Okay. And there is something called manage roles. This is also very, very interesting. I'll give you a simple example here. Probably that will give you some idea. I have one a dashboard. See, this dashboard has 5 regions data. These are the managers, and let's assume that we have their email addresses also. We need to share this dashboard with them. Okay. What is it we do? We usually attach this Excel file and we share it with them, right? That's easy. But here's the catch. Chris, who is a central manager, should be able to see only central data. You get my point? Chris should be able to see only central data. Erin should be able to see only east data. But if you are attaching this entire file, because the entire data that belongs to all the regions will go to all the managers. That means they will be able to see other regions data also. To avoid this, what is it we do in Excel?
We have to filter separately and
Correct. We filter the data. Only the respective regions data we keep it in the report, and we save it like data analysis output south, one file, data analysis output west, one more file, data analysis output east. So we create multiple files. And CEO wants a consolidated report, then we use this same report. So that means we end up creating 6 reports overall. 5 region-wise reports, 1 consolidated report. What if, okay, is there any chance that, there could be any chance that, central file could be sent to Neil? Possibility is there? So that means, just in case, you take the central file, but by mistake, if you type Neil's email address and send it, possible? Possible. When you do things manually, it's quite possible, right? You just start off typing Chris, but you type Neil and you send it. Possible. So understand that manually, if you want to do, manage these kind of things, okay, 5 or 6, okay. How about 20 or 30 department heads are there and you need to share their individual files? Definitely one or the other will go wrong there. Something, right, will go wrong there. So you need to be really careful if you are doing it manually. But with the help of managing the roles and setting up RLS, row level security, the advantage of that, I assign the roles. And if I assign Chris as a central regional manager, when Chris logs in, he'll be able to see central data only. Report is same, but Chris sees something else, and the CEO sees something else. What Sam sees something else, and Neil sees something else. You get the point? So that is what we are going to do. It's not only about just simply publishing. We will have to manage the roles there. Basis on the logins, it will automatically filter the data. You don't need to spend any time to filter the data. Understood? Got some idea now? So overall, right from gathering the data to publish and managing the security and assigning the roles to the different users, all these things are covered. If you look at this course, it covers both Power BI desktop development environment plus Power BI service admin environment. This covers both of them. Okay, so usually, a few places they cover only the Power BI desktop, so that you will be learning only up to how to design the reports. That's it. But how to manage them on Power BI service is again a different thing. So there are different features that we need to discuss, like subscriptions, alerters. You have a few more things like sending notifications or adding the commentary and how to respond to the commentary. So many things are there in the service, managing the roles, managing the security, scheduling, and setting up a data gateway, organizational, nothing but enterprise data gateway, personal data gateway. So many concepts are there in Power BI service also. So we'll be covering both of them because in PL300 certification, you will get questions from both Power BI desktop and both, the other one is Power BI service. We call it Power BI service. Okay, whatever the cloud version is there, we call it Power BI service. In Tableau also, we have something called Tableau Public, right? Where you can publish those reports and all. Similarly, we have Power BI, we have Power BI service. In ClickView, we have Click Server. Okay, so for every, each, these kind of applications, we have the cloud versions. There you can publish the reports, right? So this covers right from the fundamentals to how to publish and how to manage your reports there. Clear? And by the way, you remember what is the certification number I said? Certification number I said about Power BI Data Analyst Associate certification.
PL300.
PL300.
Yeah.
PL300. And by the way, let me tell you one more interesting thing about certification. The certification is only 1 year valid. So the certification fee is around somewhere 6,000 rupees, right? Only for the OSHA cost and examination scheduling and all will take maybe 1,000, 1,500, depends on the center and all. So it is only 1 year valid. And after that, you need to go for a renewal exam. A renewal exam is free. It's for free. Okay, so you no need to pay anything, and moreover, it's just that it is to check whether you are in touch with the subject or not, and the updated features are you able to follow or not. Because Power BI, every month we get the enhancements. If someone is working on that Power BI, then they understand like what are the enhancements and how it is going to help them and all. So it is just to test whether the candidate is still in touch with the subject or not. So that's the reason the renewal test that covers the topics only from the recent enhancements in Power BI. And that you can easily figure that out. That's not too complex, but cracking it for the very first time is like little challenging because it covers entire Power BI application as a desktop and Power BI service, all the different types of questions you will get. Okay, clearing it initially is kind of challenging, but after that onwards, it's like going to be easy only because by the time you will be anyways familiar with the topics and also you can easily answer them. And 1 year is a strict 1 year. And if you lose, if you miss renewing it, you will have to write the exam once again.
Every time do we get the renewal exam?
Renewal exam, you can take it from home. It's easy. Okay, from any system you can log in and you can take it from home. But the first exam, is either you need to go to a test center or you can go for online test center also. Okay, that is also possible. Why I'm saying, because one of those years, I think last year, I forgot to go for a renewal. I mean, I was getting that usually after 6 months, we'll be getting that notification email that there is a renewal due, right? I thought like, okay, let me do it in the last month. Somehow I missed the date, and after crossing the date, I realized that I forgot to go for a renewal, and I followed up a lot, but they said that it's not possible. After like 2 months of follow-up, they said it's not possible for them to extend the renewal date. So I had to write the exam once again to keep the certification active. So that's the reason I say that, okay, people say that, right? I'm double MBA and something like that. Okay, I'm now double PL 300. I attempted the exam twice actually. Okay. First time I got around 952 something. Second time I got little lesser than that. Probably I took it like, because I know most of the concepts, how the questions come, and all. Probably I would have selected as a couple of incorrect answers there, I think. Okay, so that's about the certification thing. Yeah, anyways, you will get that idea also as we go along. Fine then, so let me just take you through one sample report today. Okay. Before that, let me ask you a question. Do you think this one, data visualization is like really needed? Sure.
Yes.
Can't we go with a simple pivot table?
We can, depends on the requirement.
Okay, let's do one thing. What I want to do is that I want to create a simple pivot table on this data. And you know what is a table, right? If you see the table design, it's a table. But I'm using a table there, which is sales data, right? You want to see total profit by region. Okay. Someone who completed Excel sessions, don't answer this, right? What we usually do is that simply we keep it here, right? Perfect. So let me just do a little bit of formatting there. I don't want any number format to apply it. Yeah. Okay, profit by region. What we usually do is that simply take that profit there and region, right? So we have in our data, we have region name also. We simply put it like this. That's it. We are ready. So whatever the thousands of rows are there, you can easily summarize them with a pivot table like this. Creating a pivot table may not be enough for the business to understand what's happening there. I'll tell you why. You get a question, what's happening there? I can easily see that on the screen, right? Which one is actually doing good, which one is not doing good. And basis on that, I can talk to the managers also. Everything is like visible right in front of you, right? I'll do one thing. I'll give you only 5 seconds time. 5 seconds. Tell me which region has the least profit. Time started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Online participants, did you find out which region has the least profit?
Central.
Central. Okay, any other? Okay, I'll give you 2 more seconds.
Central.
Central. I'll give you 2 more seconds. Take a look at that. 1, 2. Which one? Your answer? Central? Okay. Most of you are saying Central. I'll write an email to Central manager. Yeah. What do we do? So tell me, you are the business head, okay? Tell me, if you need to write an email to who is the central manager, Chris, right? Hi, Chris. You are fired. Thanks. I mean, it's not doing well. That's what I found out, right? Yeah. But now you take a look at this. I'll do a small addition to this pivot table. How? Select that, go here, insert a chart. Now you tell me which region has the least profit. 1, 2. South?
South.
South? But we already fired Chris. Why South? Observe something. You look at these numbers. This is 287,000. and this is 231,000. Why you are confused, Because decimals. You get the point. When I gave you 5 seconds, you are only looking at the length of the number. And you thought like, this is less and this is more. This is only 231,000 and this is 287,000. You get the point. So understand that these kind of issues will come when you are showing your, presentations and all with tables and numbers. But if you can turn that into a visual like this, people can easily understand what's happening in their business. Power BI is meant to do this, okay? So everything you can easily visualize it. Along with that, on the visual interactions are possible. Nothing but if you select something like this, only central, like this, if you click it, all other calculations will be showing you only central. Okay, so those kind of things are possible with Power BI. So many other kind of reports are also possible. So let me just quickly take you through how I can create my first Power BI report. And I'm telling you, right, designing a report is very easy if your data is ready. If your data is prepared, then yes, designing a report is very, very easy. I just want to take a blank report. I want to get the data from Excel workbook. I'll just take some sample Excel data there. I'll show you how easy it is for me to create any kind of a visual. I'll just go to, you will receive all this material, okay? So I'll take one dump there, maybe a orders table, say simply load, okay? Now you see how easy it is for me to design a report. And moreover, I no need to come from the reporting background to design this. Okay, let me show you. There is something called Q&A, question and answers. In Excel and all, in all other tools, what is it you do if you want to design a report or design a visual? You need to drag and drop those fields. Like in pivot table also, you need to drag and drop. But now you see that how easy it is for you. You have your data loaded into your report, right? So you just do a double click on the report canvas. You can ask any kind of a question about your data. And I want to find out total sales, total sales. I just ask this question in simple English. Then it will analyze my entire model and it will find out, and okay, here we go. This is your total sales. Okay, so it's looking like such a big number. So I'll do one thing. I'll just do a little bit of formatting to turn this into 20 into millions. Okay, you can also check that. And what is the profit? Okay, total profit. You don't need to come from reporting background to do all this. Okay, so I just need to turn that into a rounded and units, display units. I'm just changing. I want to get the total quantity. Okay, here we go. Perfect. And I want to create a chart. Total sales by state. Total sales by state. You see that? It is giving me suggestions. I'll just click that. Okay, here we go. This is your chart that shows total sales by state. But I am not happy showing this total sales by state like a bar chart. I want to see it on a map chart, on a map. You see that? It has turned everything into a map chart. Okay, so this looks good. I want to see one more chart, like total sales by category in pie chart. Okay, here we go. And total sales by region. Okay, in a column chart. Okay, here we go. Now you see that all these things are like interactive visuals. If I want to find out only the West region values, when I click on this, the entire thing, you see that West region, these are your total sales, profit and quantity sold, and this is your West region states, and from the West region, this is your category composition. You see that all these things? And if you remove the filter, yes. If you want to see only furniture, how is it? Only, office supplies, how is it? Only technology, how is it? If you remove it, yes. That's it. And on top of that, just in case if you want to get any slicer, you know the slicer, right? Slicer for segment you want to create. A particular customer segment, how is it doing? Like take it, and consumer segment, how is it doing? Corporate segment, how is it doing? Home office, how is it doing? And I just want to add a title there, something like sales report. And by the way, I did not write any formula, nothing actually, right? I didn't do anything. I just simply ask questions, that's it. I'm able to come up with something like this. And my business asked me like, okay, how are my total sales for West? Okay, select West. West we have 6.21 million. And with 391 quantity sold, and this is how it is. You got the point? And all these visuals are interactive. If I want to know only California sales, when I select California, okay, California falls in West, and this is the composition of the category, and these are the California sales. You're getting the point? So understand that creating a report is very easy in Power BI. But what is difficult, designing the models, right? Adding additional something like measures to the data. Let's say if your business wants to understand how the profit percentage is a division between your total profit and total sales. You want to see how much margin percentage you are getting on every 100 rupees sales, how much are you getting as a profit, right? So those kind of things, you cannot directly achieve them. You need to create measures for them. Like in Excel, we create the calculations, right? In Power BI, we create DAX measures. So these DAX measures, we have like a good 3 to 4 sessions only on the DAX. There we'll discuss more about the formulas and how to create all those complex formulas. I hope all of you are coming from Excel background. You know why I'm repeating this for multiple number of times? Because without Excel formulas, you don't feel Power BI comfortable at all. Because whatever the Excel formulas are there, 60 to 65% of the formulas are exactly available with the same names in Power BI. If you are comfortable there in Excel, writing all those formulas, writing Power BI DAX formulas is going to be easy. It's not that I'm not saying you can't learn it. You can learn it, but only thing is that you may need to spend a little more time than others, because I see most of you are coming from Excel background. Here, you already completed Excel course, so it's kind of easy for you. But someone who is directly planning to learn Power BI, I definitely don't recommend this, because learning directly Power BI can't get you much. I'll tell you why. Even if you are looking for a Power BI developer role, most of the people they say that directly attend Power BI sessions and you will get a job. No, I'll tell you why. Someone is not from Excel background. At least SQL is there. I think this question is for Sandhya. You are good with SQL and a few of the SQL formulas.
Yes, sir.
Then it is okay. At least SQL is there. So you should understand the table structures and how the keys are there. What is a duplicate? Different things are there that we learned earlier in Excel or in SQL, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I did people last.
yes. So if that is there, at least okay. But most of you are coming from Excel background, so it should be okay. Why as a Power BI developer, you need to focus on Excel and SQL also? Because if you search for any kind of a job, yes, especially in Hyderabad itself, if you look for Power BI jobs in Hyderabad, just always search for this, okay? Just go here and find out. I think looks like a few of the new jobs, okay? Fabric architect. Okay, so this may require little extra because data lake, data flows. Okay, all these things are more from the Fabric standpoint. You see that? Power BI only, but looking for SQL, right? So what is it? PepsiCo. Let's see that. Power BI role, looking for SQL, Excel. See, Power BI, most of the people, what they think is that, okay, and the market is also like that everywhere, you see a lot of banners about, okay, become a Power BI developer. Hold on, you cannot directly become a Power BI developer unless you know the other tools, right? So at least some other tools must be there. Business intelligence, Power BI, let's see that. Power BI developer, I'm very much sure. SQL, you see that? They ask for that. And now I'm taking on 5 years. Yeah, here they didn't mention about Excel, but let me tell you one thing. They mention it, they don't mention it about Excel, but Excel is always there. Excel is always there, right? So when you want to create any sample, like a, what do we say, a POC, when we want to design, we don't want to invest our time directly on Power BI. What we do, we get some sample data. We design the POC using Excel first. This is how your dashboard looks. Okay, because designing that sample in Excel is easy. Then if they say, okay, then we proceed developing, that entire thing in Power BI. Okay. Service now. So everywhere, if you observe, I'm opening a few things randomly and they're talking about SQL. Okay, role is Power BI developer, but what is that they are asking for SQL development also, right? EY. Oh, they wrote everything like a paragraph there. Yeah. See this? This is PL 300. Okay. See, certification is not mandatory, but exactly. So it gives you that edge over others. You see this, it's a mix of so many things. Power BI, VBA, Power Query, whatnot. Looks like they need, they want everything. You see that Excel, VBA, SAP scripting using VBA. This is interesting subject actually. You can automate your entire SAP system with VBA. I did that when I was with Deloitte. You see that Power Query, as part of Power BI, we learn this. Power BI, I told you, right? DAX and all are needed. They are looking for Python also. I think looks like they are looking for Pandas, NumPy, especially for this Excel automation. You see that? Actually, if someone is good with VBA, learning this Excel automation using Python is going to be very easy. Okay. Right. So you open any kind of a job, for sure you will see the mix of all these things. Okay. Don't think it's just like it's showing Power BI. I don't think it only asks for Power BI. You see that? SQL is there. See this? Strong Excel skills. Right. See, if you look at our Analytics Power Pack also, we created this package, keeping that in mind, like Power BI alone can't fetch you much. You need to have some good idea with Excel and as well as SQL. Okay. So PL 300, right? DA 100. DA 100 is like an outdated certification. Now it is replaced with PL 300. Earlier, when we took that long, what is that? Maybe 6 years ago, it was DA 100 exam. Now it is PL 300 exam. Okay. Fine. All of you got some idea? Why you need to focus on other subjects also, because Power BI alone can't get you much. Okay. Fine. Then now you understood how easy it is to create a report, even though you are not from the Power BI background. You just simply ask a couple of questions and you can create your visuals like this. And I think it took me hardly any 5 to 6 minutes to design this. Right. This is possible if your data is clean and ready. Right. But all the real-time data sets, this is what I always say, okay, proudly. The worst data sets experience you can get in your real-time only. People usually think like in the real-time data, we usually get streamlined and, well-formatted data. No, right? You give certain directions to the end users to input the data A, B, C. You know what they do? They input the data C, B, A. And if you ask them like, okay, we asked you to input the data as ABC, right? Why did you input the data in CBA format? They say that we just, we were just testing whether it will work or not. They test our tools, okay? they challenge our, what is that, applications and all. So it happens this way only. Every requirement in the real time is unique. And every data set that you see in the real time is unique. There may be a few common things that you find across all these data sets, but most of the times they, different data sources we work with and different kind of requirements. So we'll take some time to analyze that and to build the report. Dashboarding, maybe once everything is ready, creating something like this in a 2 minutes, 5 minutes is okay. But before that, you need to spend a lot of time. And you also need to have a lot of planning on how to utilize this real estate. Okay, you have limited space in every page. You cannot keep 20 different visuals there. Okay, similar at the same time, you cannot keep only one or two visuals. Client may not be happy seeing only one or two. So you need to create a report or a page, keeping in mind, so many things like, okay, how many visuals should be there, and so many things, right? So we'll talk about all those things. And we also have one of the session, a dedicated session on visualization. Something like this. Most of the people, they struggle choosing the right type of visual. So we have this scientific approach here. We have this guide, visual guide. We'll take you through when to use which type of chart, when to use a pie chart, when to use a bar chart, right? So there are certain rules to be followed before choosing a chart. You cannot take a pie chart in the place of a column chart. It doesn't make sense. So there are certain things you need to consider. So we'll spend some time. This is where most of the real-time experts also, they struggle how to choose the right type of chart. So in this one, I'll cover that, so that you all will be able to comfortably choose the right type of chart. Okay. Fine then. So, yep, that's about it for today. I hope you got some awareness about it. What is Power BI and what is it? And tomorrow and day after, we'll talk about, tomorrow on the next sessions, I'll be talking about the SQL concepts first. What is SQL and what is normalization, what is data redundancy, and certain things are there. Primary key, foreign key, right? Certain things are there. And once that is done, then we will move on to Power BI. Okay, done. Any questions online?
Developers and the architects,
Hmm.
whatever name it is,
Hmm.
the things are same.
Almost the same. Power BI developers, they say. Power BI analysts, they say. Reporting analysts using Power BI, they say. Power BI architect, they say. When they are using the word architect, this is more about the data modeling and ETL part. They are not looking for the front-end reports development. They are looking at more from the data modeling and integrations part. Right.
So we can use the integration part.
Yeah, we'll integrate the data from the different sources and we'll show you. Yeah.
Some automation.
Hmm.
We can use it in automation process.
Correct. If you want to build the data pipelines, there is a concept called data flows, right? I'll show you the introduction to the data flows, how to create. A few examples I can show you. But that is again more from the data engineering standpoint.
Yeah.
So that is a different role altogether. But I can show you a couple of examples how the data flows can be set up. Okay. SQL, yeah, I would say SQL fundamentals are very much needed to learn Power BI, no doubt. That's the reason the next couple of days we'll be spending time on SQL only. Because there is one concept called data normalization that you must need to know before getting into Power BI data modeling, how the primary keys and foreign keys work. Each and every SQL concept to learn Power BI is not needed, but SQL is definitely mandatory. Nothing but those fundamentals like identifying the keys and constraints, the table structure, right? How the data flows from the SQL server to Power BI. There are certain things that we need to understand before learning Power BI. That's the reason we'll definitely spend some good amount of time on SQL first. Even we are starting the Power BI sessions. Once that is done, SQL session, SQL concepts are there. Certain things are there in SQL. If you remember, we did joins. The ones who completed or who got some idea about SQL, you know what is a join, right? The same concept in Power BI, we learn it as relationship. Same concept. So to make you understand that, so that's the reason I'm saying I'll take you through the SQL concepts once again before. Okay. Not with the same name, but it will have a different name there in Power BI. That's it. In SQL, we call something. In Power BI, we call it something else. Okay. But very much similar concepts are there. Okay. So definitely the data normalization and the SQL basics and the RDBMS structure, table structures, keys, constraints. There are certain things we need to definitely learn before learning Power BI. I cannot directly take you to the Power BI. So that's the reason SQL, it's more like if someone is already good with these concepts, it's more like a refresher for you. Someone is new, then try to learn it. Okay. Okay. So tomorrow, I'll take you through the SQL concepts. Done? Questions? Okay. So reach out to the front office for the video and the material package. Okay, download, keep the material package ready, and I'll just take you through Power BI installation tomorrow end of the day because you will get the Saturday, Sunday time, right? So please make sure you install and be ready for your Monday session. Yeah, done then. Cool. So great. Yes, recommended. Yes, if you want to bring your laptops, bring it. So I'll be giving you small exercises you can practice here itself, or you can go back home and you can practice there also. It's up to you. Right? Done then. So let's catch up tomorrow, 8 o'clock. You're not in online, offline, both of them.
Kishore, so every day it would be 8 to 9 o'clock?
Yes, because yeah, multiple things we were trying to manage. So just in case if you have enough time, maybe from 7:30 around, my recommendation, I'll be giving you daily exercises also. Please complete them and be ready by 8 o'clock. I know I
Okay.
understand a few of you have some extra half an hour time. Earlier you used to come around 7:30, 7:40. So spend that time, complete that exercise and be ready by 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool then. Yeah. So your batch number B00709. So please make sure you remember this, make a note and reach out to the front office for any additional, questions if you have. Right then. So I'll see you all
The
tomorrow then.
recorded sessions
Yes.
will be shared from the front office every day, or how it is like?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like every day it will be shared. So
Okay. And the notes which we were mentioning, all those notes will be shared like
via
from
Google
tomorrow.
Drive.
Or... Okay.
Google Drive. They will upload the material today itself.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Thank you.
All right then. So thanks everyone. I'll see you all then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.